I'm John Calvin with Keysight Technologies. I cover the planning for our Ethernet and our high-speed data center solutions portfolio. So we're trying to cover everything from Ethernet to InfiniBand to high-speed, things like PCI Express, all these high-speed standards as they might converge on a data center sort of setting. And it's important to be able to test these and be able to test them in a coherent way. And really, we participate at standards level to help drive the technology and get them to converge on rational test methods and techniques that line themselves well with real test tools. So that's really what I focus on here in my day-to-day activity. So we have, we have four classes of equipment here. One is the Aries 1. It's our 400 gig analyzer that we have generating packets and sitting on the network itself, analyzing 400 gig traffic, as well as generating test patterns for various things around the test floor. We also have an electrical setup, which is comprised of M8040 BERT, PAM4 BERT, as well as a DCAX, which is running an N1060A sampling module in it, a high-performance electrical sampling module, so we can do active optical and active backplane sort of test configurations. And we had a test setup out there with TE that allowed us to kind of demonstrate one of their high-speed 800 gig backplanes with this configuration. The last thing we have is a DCAM, one of our optical modules here, that's actually being useful in the optical debug. We have a lot of interconnects out there, and if we have a bad link, for instance, we're actually fanning we take the signal, break it out to test signals, and take it into our DCAM, which is 4-channel optical scope, where we can actually analyze the T-Q and optical properties of the signals being broadcast down the fiber to see if they're conformant. Keysight has a vested interest in supporting the Ethernet community, and it's one that I personally believe in as well. It's got a tremendous growth potential. It's been one of the few technologies, really been a large portion of the electronics economy here going forward, increasingly more so and all the time. We find Ethernet everywhere from automotive applications nowadays to high-speed data centers to our homes, and it's ubiquitous in our lifestyle. I think reality, Ethernet is technology that's here to stay, and we want to see it properly be testable, and to be deployed safely and effectively to exceed people's expectations, where they can really rely on that plug-and-play sort of experience without having to use all the test equipment that we have here as they make these systems work. You know, the biggest benefit to being an EA member is ability to evangelize the benefits of Ethernet here and make sure Ethernet gets a good footprint and deploys well into the industry here. IEEE by charter doesn't really embrace the idea of interoperability, but interoperability is really important for any high-speed serial technology. And the ability for EA to kind of carry the ball in terms of test programs and actually introduce test methods here in interop events is an important other side of the coin to IEEE, which focuses on the standardization of these electrical interfaces. EA is responsible for actually making sure these things are testable, and the community as a whole has a good experience with this. And in that regard, EA needs everyone's support, and participation of the test tool vendors and other people in the ecosystem is really key to the success of EA and for Ethernet as a whole.